let's get into another guy that has injury issues left and right, and that's the burger flipper himself.
I was going to say mostly right. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Evan Neal. So Evan Neal, maybe not ready for the start of the season, according to Brian Dable. So Ryan Dunleavy, the beat writer of the Giants, there said on Twitter/X. I wish they just say Twitter again. Said Brian Dable said Evan Neal remains day to day, but wouldn't commit to him being him definitely being ready by week 1. And that's odd to me. Like that's a little dubious, you might say. Dubious, even.
It's a good word.
Like, there's a couple ways to read that. So first off, he said it on Sunday. If anybody's asking for time frame of when that was said, that was Sunday. Is it possible the Giants just literally don't even know when he's going to be available? Like, we don't know, so we're just not going to give you a day because then they're going to try to keep us to it later on if he's not ready in that time frame?
Could be.
Or is it possible they're just trying to add any pressure onto him in case he has a setback?
I mean, I would definitely read it into it a little bit that way.
Yeah, like
more than incompetence of the Giants staff of not knowing when he's going to be back, but more of, do we put pressure on Evan Neal? Will that put too much pressure and cause him not to be able to come back as fast?
Yeah, I feel like,
or hurt himself again trying to come back.
I feel like they're being careful because, again, we talked about there was rumors, and I've heard both. I'm not going to say either way because I haven't seen a definite report from the Giants that they thought he was a sprained ankle and it turned to be a fracture later on. So they might have made a mistake during that there. So maybe they're just being extra cautious because they're afraid of lawsuits. Who knows? Like,
could be.
I mean, if you're going to think of one Giants player who would sue the Giants, it might be Evan Neal right now, the way he's acting with the burger flipping comments and all that kind of stuff. Like, he's a little sensitive. He's a little sensitive. Listen, in all fairness, though, if I was a football player and you botched it up and you ruined my career, I might be a little pissed off and sue you too. We talked about what's the Giant that we had drafted as a running back a couple of years ago that won a couple $1 million when he sued the hospital. I can't remember his name.
Oh, that was more than a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
It was like right around the time of David Wilson, like around that time, but it wasn't David Wilson for the record. Yeah. But it was a different player. But yeah, he won a couple $1 million, and the doctor like committed suicide, did, and everything. So yeah, all kinds of craziness there. Anyway, we'll have to find out what happened. But it's interesting because people are kind of acting like, okay, Illuminor is taking over the spot for right now. You know, we'll see what happens. But no, Illuminor might be there permanently the way this is going right now. Because imagine if Evan Neal is not ready and Illuminor looks good week 1 or week 2, whatever. Are you really going to slip Evan Neal back in there week 3? Or
that's week 4? Where I was going to say, like, either you're not confident he's going to start. Maybe he's okay for week 1. Maybe he's not. But if you put Illuminor in there and he lights it up at right tackle, can you justify putting Evan Neal back in week 2 or week 3? You have to let that pony ride for a little bit.
Yeah,
that pony might become a unicorn and ride for the rest of the year.
Listen, and I think maybe sometimes the best thing might be to do is to give Evan Neal the chance to fully heal because he hasn't been fully healthy basically his entire time as a Giant. And whatever it ends up being, whether it's mid-season, beginning of the season, let him get into the bench role, let him sit tight, let him earn a spot back on the starting lineup by beating somebody else out that has one currently, and let it play out that way because that's the way it should play at this point.
Yes, and like not only is it, obviously better because the best person for the job, but if Evan Neal is really that guy where he should be that good,
yeah.
1, he should be able to do that with ease, and 2, it's also going to rebuild his confidence to go back into that position and play in the NFL at a very tough position.
Yes, 100%. So,
if you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Enter to win a Daniel Jones signed jersey. Simply subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@2giantgoofballs, and email a screenshot to 2giantgoofballs@mail.com to enter. Only one submission allowed per subscriber. Monthly subscribers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs will get an additional 2 entries. Contest ends when the channel reaches 1,000 subscribers. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. This contest is not affiliated with the NFL, New York Giants, Daniel Jones, or any other person or company besides the 2 Giant Goofball podcast. Good luck to everyone.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you.